Welcome, everyone. I want to welcome you to today's webinar. We are going to talk about Google Performance Max ads, and this is the local insurance agent's blueprint to maximize return on investment. And Google Performance Max ads are the AI ad campaign strategy that Google has implemented. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Carl Willis, and I am the CEO and lead strategist at Agent Branding and Marketing. And at Agent Branding and Marketing, we specialize in helping independent insurance agents and agencies optimize their digital marketing strategies so they can generate more high quality leads and increase their revenues. And so I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. And you are here because you want to learn and you want to learn how to leverage Google Performance Max ads. And so my objective is to teach you exactly how to do that so you can grow your insurance business. Yeah, if this is your first time to spend time with me, let me give you a little of my background, who I am, and why you may want to listen to me. I have been marketing online since 1997. My first online business was a dial up eBay business in the 36.6 modem days, where I was selling vases by drop ship method on eBay. I am a former financial advisor, Series 6, 7, 63, 65, life accident and health. Had my own advisory firm for about 12 years and am the author of Internet Marketing for Small Business, creator of the Marketing Classroom. I'm an international keynote speaker on business growth and lead generation, widely accepted as the go-to expert for insurance agency digital marketing strategy. I am the host of the Digital Insurance Agent podcast. And if you're not a subscriber to that, go look us up on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you consume your podcast content. And of course, I work with local insurance agents throughout the United States who work with us at Agent Branding and Marketing. And so, anytime you hear me talk, you're going to hear me talk about the marketing ecosystem. And today is no different. As an insurance agent, there is a marketing ecosystem that you want to have revolving around your insurance agency or your insurance business because today's consumer operates in a multiple modality, multi platform environment. And so when we talk about the insurance agency marketing ecosystem, what we're going to be dealing with today with Google Performance Max ads is the pay-per-click side of things. And so on the ecosystem, that is object number two, pay-per-click. Object number one, of course, is search engine optimization. That's the foundation of everything. But what we'll deal with today is pay-per-click, your paid online advertising. And that's where Performance Max comes in. It is a pay-per-click strategy, but it is a different type of pay-per-click strategy because it is AI driven. And so we'll discuss that in greater detail as we go along today. So let's talk about Google Performance Max ads, what makes them unique. And as we get started, let's take a look very quickly at what our agenda will be today and what we'll cover during our time together. So, first of all, we're going to break down what Performance Max ads actually are and how they work. We'll talk about why these AI driven campaigns can be a real game changer for you as an insurance agent. We'll also look at a step by step process for setting up a Performance Max campaign for lead generation specifically. We'll talk about some of the common mistakes that you're going to want to avoid when running these types of ads. And we'll also discuss the future of digital advertising and what that looks like for you as an insurance agent. And then, of course, at the end, we'll have time for Q&A. Now, what is important for you is to remember that digital marketing is evolving, and insurance agents who don't adapt are going to lose potential clients to competitors who are investing in these smarter AI driven marketing strategies. And so, my real objective today is to educate you, to get you informed, and to keep you ahead of your competition when it comes to your level of knowledge, when it comes to the tools that you have at your disposal that you can deploy for the growth of your agency. And so, let's get started with this discussion of what is Google Performance Max. And as I've said before, at its core, Google Performance Max is Google's AI powered ad automation system, and it performs across Google's entire network. And so that's one of the things that makes it very unique. Performance Max is a campaign that all in one helps businesses like yours run ads across all of Google's platforms in one single campaign. So instead of managing a separate campaign for search and a separate campaign for display ads and a separate campaign for YouTube and another campaign for the Google Search Partner Network, you run a single campaign that combines the entire Google universe, the entire Google platform into one campaign. So that one campaign is going to incorporate search, display, and video ads simultaneously. And so instead of spending time adjusting bids and placements, Google's machine learning is going to do that work for you. So Performance Max campaigns are very hands off compared to the pay-per-click search campaigns you may be most familiar with. And so, what the machine learning is going to do is it's going to optimize your ads in real time to reach the right audience at the right time. And it's going to be doing that in a much faster manner than you would be doing if you were to do that manually. And so, let's talk a little further about how this actually works. You see, Google uses machine learning to analyze user behavior and to predict who is most likely to need an insurance policy in the moment. And so, what it's going to do is automatically adjust bids and placements to maximize your conversions, whether that's a phone call, a quote request, or a website visit. And really, what's happening is it's reaching potential clients across YouTube, across the display network, through search, through discovery, through Gmail, and through Maps. So it's working the entire Google ecosystem simultaneously, going where your most likely prospect is going. Remember, your prospects are multiple modality, multiple platform, multiple points of engagement throughout their day. And what this Performance Max campaign is doing is it's following them around on their journey throughout the day, engaging them throughout the day with your message, moving them to that point of conversion. And that's the real genius behind the Performance Max campaign. Now, let's talk about how this is different from the traditional pay-per-click search campaigns or Google ad campaigns that you may be familiar with. And first and foremost is this issue of smart automation versus manual ad adjustments. And we talked about that a moment ago, but let's dive into that a little further. So the machine learning is going to be constantly optimizing. It's going to be constantly making modifications to the ads as you go to make them perform better. And remember this, instead of a traditional search ad, which is just going to appear in the Google search results, if you wanted it to appear someone else, you'd have to set up a YouTube campaign or a display campaign or some other type of campaign. This type of campaign is going to appear across the network. YouTube, Google search, Google display network, Discovery Network, Gmail, Google Maps, all in the same campaign. And then instead of setting up different ad types manually, Google is going to automate the process, which is going to allow you to focus on running your agency, not managing ad accounts. And so what this does is it allows you to have broader reach without having so many separate ad groups to manage, maintain, optimize, and run. So what happens is you have a real game changer here as an insurance agent. And we need to talk about why this becomes so important for you, why this is such a game changer. Well, here are some of the key benefits that you need to consider. Number one, Performance Max is going to target high intent consumers because Google's AI is going to find people who are actively searching for insurance solutions. Number two, it's going to use multiple ad formats, video, image, and text to engage prospects in different ways, different modalities, because different people absorb information differently. Some prefer video, some prefer images, some prefer text. And it's going to optimize in real time. So you are not constantly having to get in and tweak and adjust your bids because Google is doing that for you. The machine is constantly making those adjustments. Here's a real world scenario that we could use to get you kind of thinking about how this might work. So let's take the example of a local independent property casualty agent in Houston. They've been running traditional Google search ads and they switch over to Performance Max ads. And what they find is that in 60 days, they triple their lead flow, but they reduce their cost per lead by 40% because the AI driven approach is simply more efficient. And so what happens is it allows them to reach more qualified prospects across multiple platforms without all of the extra manual effort because it's an automated process. It's an AI driven process. And so their budget goes further. They have higher lead flow and a lower cost per lead, which means a higher return on investment. And if their sales process is solid, then in turn, they should have higher overall revenues based off of the same exact ad spend. Now, let's talk about how do we set up Performance Max campaigns so that they perform well. So I'm going to walk you step by step through setting up a winning Performance Max campaign because I want you to do this correctly. And it always begins with having the end in mind. You need to define your goals. So before you set up your campaign, you need to ask yourself, what is my goal? Do I want to generate quote requests? Am I just simply wanting to generate leads? Do I want more phone calls to my agency? Am I just focused on website traffic? Am I trying to just expand my brand? What is my objective? Get very clear on defining your goal because having a clearly defined goal will help Google's AI optimize for the right outcomes. The clearer you are on your objective, the clearer the artificial intelligence will be on optimizing the campaign. It needs a clear goal to aim for. The second step that we need to focus on, step number 2, is to upload high quality assets. And I can't stress this enough. High quality. Underline that word if you're taking notes, or those two words, high quality. So your best practices for your ad copy, your images, and your videos need to be high quality because Performance Max is going to use all three of those things. So if you're going to use Performance Max, you need to have video content, you need to have images, and you need to have text. So here's the key takeaway for you. Your ads will only be as good as the assets that you provide. So if you provide mediocre assets, your ads will provide mediocre performance. If you provide poor quality assets, then your ads are going to perform poorly. So it's very critical that you provide good, high quality assets. So your images need to be high quality. That means they need to be high definition. The lighting needs to be good. Ideally, your images should be high quality images of your agency, your team, or your happy clients. In our own testing, here's what we know. Images with people's faces perform best. So well-lit images of people's faces, particularly people who are smiling, do best. You also want to create compelling ad copy that speaks directly to your audience. And if you're not sure how to do that, ChatGPT can be a good friend. Now, let me give you this piece of advice. Don't just go to ChatGPT and say, write me some ad copy for my Google ad. You want to take that a step further. You want to write something along these lines. I am a local property and casualty insurance agent. I am writing a Google Performance Max ad campaign. My target audience is young families, ages 32 to 42, with children between the ages of 4 and 10. I am targeting them for the following services: homeowners insurance, auto insurance, and life insurance. My target audience is made up of white collar professionals. Both parents work. Please write me a compelling set of headlines. I would like 5 headlines that have strong emotional value. I would like 5 descriptions that have strong emotional value. That's a better way of writing ad copy. That will get you compelling ad copy. Or you might tell it, write me a compelling set of headlines and ad copy along the lines of Frank Kern or Dan Kennedy or Alex Hormozy, some well-known marketer, so that it has a reference point to write that compelling headline or that compelling ad copy. That's a little golden nugget for you there. And if possible, use short form videos explaining your insurance services. You want to keep those videos less than a minute. Ideally, 15 to 30 seconds works best. Same thing, high definition, well lit. Look at the camera when you make those videos. Your iPhone or your Galaxy or your Google phone will do just fine. They take amazing images. Even your laptop camera will do well, but put those short videos in. You want to use every possible tool available to you in the Performance Max toolbox. Step number 3, audience signals create better targeting. And let me emphasize this, past customer data and intent-based targeting will give you the best outcomes. And so let me explain this a little more. When you use audience signals and you create data points for Google's AI to work with, your overall ad campaign performance will be better. Your best performance will come from the data of your existing customers. The reason why is these are the people who have already spent money with you. So if you have a customer email list that has customer name, email, phone number, upload that into your Google ad account. Google can match those data points and it can look for similar people to match up to in the advertising. The other powerful piece of this is make sure that you have a Google tag installed on your website, that you have a Google tag installed on your landing pages, and that you have that tag set up to record conversions, phone calls, form submissions, all of those conversion actions. What will happen then is those actions will get fed back into the ad account, and Google will be able to refine its targeting with that information. You see, Google's AI is powerful, but you can help it perform better by providing audience signals. And so if you upload customer data like emails from your past customers to help target similar people, or you use the intent-based targeting from your Google tag, or you use intent-based targeting in your ad setup, like people searching for best auto insurance near me or affordable life insurance, you're going to help the AI fine tune itself quicker. Now, Performance Max campaigns will optimize on their own over time, but you will accelerate that process much quicker if you provide data feedback on the front end. And again, the best source of feedback is people who have already spent money with you. The second best source of feedback is people who are visiting your website and landing pages. The third best source of feedback is people who are making intent-based searches. And what this will do is this will help Google find high quality leads for you much faster. Step 4 is make sure that you have your tracking and optimization in place, because you want to measure success and then adjust campaigns for better performance. And so the tracking and optimization is going to help you know if your campaign is working. And the way that you're going to do that is by tracking your results. So be sure to set up your conversion tracking. That means setting up your Google tag and have that tied to your lead capture forms, to your call tracking numbers, and ensure that your leads and your phone calls are being recorded and tracked. Review Google's performance insights, and then adjust your targeting and creative elements as needed. So, in the Performance Max campaign, it is going to make recommendations to you. It may tell you change out pictures, add pictures, change headlines. It's going to give you some suggestions to help it perform better. And then optimize weekly. The AI will improve over time, but small improvements can improve your results quicker. Now, let's talk about a few common mistakes because I want to help you avoid some of the pitfalls that can just slow up the process. Because many agents waste money because they're making these mistakes. First and foremost is choosing the wrong goal. If you want leads, don't optimize for website visits. Don't set your goal for brand awareness instead of lead generation. Make sure you have the correct goal for the objective that you've chosen. Mistake number two, using low quality images or generic ad copy. I can't stress this enough. High quality, high definition, well lit images on your images and your video. Make sure if it's video, the sound is good. Make sure that the lighting is good. And then with your ad copy, make sure that it's well written. Take the time to craft it well, that it's not generic. If you're going to spend money on ads, take the time to do them well. Mistake number three, ignoring your performance data. Always check the insights and refine your strategy. Take the time to make it better. Always be improving on the strategy. Now, let's talk a little bit about some of the emerging trends that we're seeing in digital marketing. What does the future of digital advertising for insurance agents look like? And Performance Max is a great indicator. The real emerging trends are these: AI driven ad personalization, because Google is going to get even better at showing the right ad to the right person at the right time, to where not everybody's going to see the same ad. It's going to be custom tailored to you based on your behavior and your online activities, your search queries, time on page, what you've been watching on YouTube, what's showing up in your Gmail box, all of those things. Also, remember, Google is paying attention to where you go because of Google Maps, your check ins, your reviews, all of those things. Voice search optimization is going to become even bigger because more people are searching for insurance related services using voice search and voice commands. And then you have evolving ad platforms. So Google is continuously improving its AI capabilities. But remember, you have other platforms now showing up that are starting to really take market share. You've got Perplexity, you've got ChatGPT's search engine. Bing, of course, is connected with ChatGPT as well. And so we don't know what the AI advertising landscape is totally going to look like. But we know AI is going to be a bigger and bigger piece of that. And the AI landscape is very much signals driven. And so the more we think about the signals that a user creates and their intent, the better we're going to do in our advertising. And so this is where Performance Max is going to give you a real advantage. You have to think in terms of multiple modalities and the ecosystem. People are watching video, they're looking at images, they're reading articles, they're doing searches, they're reading their Gmail, they're looking for directions on maps. We have to think in terms of the ecosystem. Are we engaging our prospects at every possible location on the ecosystem? And how can we best do that in the most cost efficient manner? And Performance Max is a way that you can do that. That being said, we've got just a couple of moments to open it up for any questions, if anybody has any questions. All right, it doesn't look like we have any questions today. So if you are ready to take the next step in your marketing, be sure and book a one-on-one strategy session to discuss how Performance Max ads can be a part of your marketing ecosystem, or to design your complete marketing ecosystem for your agency. You can do that by going to agentbrandingandmarketing.com/schedule. You can also call us at 888-572-8758. And I thank you for taking time out of your day to learn about Performance Max. On next month's webinar, we're going to be talking about some optimizations you can be doing to your Google business profile to gain the competitive edge in your local market. Hope you have a great day, and I look forward to talking with you again soon.